the National Endowment for the Humanities, bringing you the stories that define us.
Is anybody else doing this too?
Yes, your friend Marta Garcia.
Oh, really?
She's gonna come at 1 p.m. She wanted to come today because you're coming today.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen her for a while. Oh,
Yeah,
my
we haven't
friend,
seen her in
yeah.
a long time.
That's what she said. She said it's been 2 years, so she
Yeah.
wanted to come.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I think I
Go
fit.
visit her one of these days.
Yeah,
Well,
hopefully
we're
you
not-
see her today.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Okay. So, let's begin. Please state your name, your age, when you were born, and where you were born.
My name is Margarita P. Saenz, Payan Saenz. I was born in San Elizario, Texas. My age is, I'm 85 years old. What two more questions?
When were you born? What
The
year?
no.
What year were you born?
I was born in 1938.
Okay. And how do you ethnically identify? How do you identify yourself? Like your ethnicity, your race?
How to identify myself?
Mhm,
How I am at myself,
Mm-hmm.
doing things. Okay. I would identify myself as a very active person.
But the
Because-
race, she's talking about the race. What race are you?
Oh, what race? Okay. I am, what do you call it, Latin American?
Okay.
Mexican American.
Mexican American, I'm sorry. And I describe myself as a very active person. I like to be very social. I like to help people, even though sometimes I can do it, but I see that person that needs something and I want to do it. But I know I can get in trouble because, you never know, other people, how they're going to react. And at my house, we're always busy. We're always doing, I like to keep my house clean the best I can. And I do it myself. I don't have anybody but my husband to help us, both of us out. And we like to keep out the yard. He works in the yard. I help him out with whatever we can. And inside the house, I still cook all my cooking, and we clean up whatever we can.
Thank you. Tell me about your childhood. How was it like growing up in San Elizario?
Growing up in San Elizario. Okay, first thing is that we started in the Adobe House school, and we still remember all the teacher names, which were a lot of them, but it would take very long, so I would let you know about school. We used to have the Adobe House. We used to walk. We didn't have a long way to walk to school, but we had to walk when it was raining, when it was snow, when it was very cold, but we were at school every day. We never had a vacation.
Not even holidays.
We didn't even know what a holiday was.
When she's talking that at Adobe School, there used to be a school on the side of the present school right now, the high school or whatever it is right now. On the side there used to be a tall building,
Okay.
Adobe,
No, that's
very
right.
high, and we all went to that school.
Okay.
It started there in that school.
Yes.
It's no
Yes.
longer there.
Yeah.
And what we used to get warm with was a big, one of those metal something, heaters, they used to put like a light inside, something that they would put, I don't know. But there was just a heater that kept us warm. And we were there for, I guess, maybe until fourth, fifth grade, until they built this other school. But it was a long time. But we really enjoy it. I mean, we came to school, so and then we came to school. I graduated from grammar elementary.
Yeah.
Miss Bowling, Judy Bowling, she was our last teacher, and I really enjoy her. I really enjoy all my teachers. But we graduated, and then we went to Isleta High School, and that's where we started going on the Jose Perez. He was the bus driver for all of us. He would take us to the high school over there in Isleta, and he would pick us up in the afternoon. And what else can I tell you? When we had a vacation, which was not a vacation, it was like a holiday or after school. We'd come out of after school from, and we had to pick cotton. We had to pick cotton, because other than that, we didn't have money to buy a candy, a gum, or it was hard. So my grandma, Francisca, she was the one that used to take us out in a little trip or in a horse ride or something easy, And she would tell us, if you kids, she used to say a slang word, But if you kids don't keep on picking cotton, I'm not going to take you to the Volantin, which is, the rides and all that. We used to have rides around here, I'm not going to take you to the Volantin because you're not going to be able to have money. So there we would go, and we were used to, picking cotton, all of us. And then in the weekends, what lunch we took to pick cotton, my tia Andrea, she would make burritos de beans con papas, and we would sit down under a tree so happy eating our burritos and all that. We would carry our big bag of cotton, and we had a good time. I mean, we were kids. It was how you call it? For us, it was easy. We didn't think about nothing else that was bad, that other kids had more stuff than us, And we just thought that we were going to get a ride. We were going to go to the rides with my grandma, Francisca. She was going to buy us some candy and gum. She was going to take us to El Paso in a taxi to go eat over there. She would buy clothes with men that used to come over to the house. And he would give her credit. And that's the way she used to buy us our shoes, our clothes. We were happy. We were happy.
So when you say we, did you have siblings? Did you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 4 brothers, 1 sister. 4 brothers. My oldest brother was Erasmo Payan. My second brother was Armando Payan. They're all down. They don't survive no more. They're deceased. And my third brother is El Ciario Payan. He still lives in El Paso. And my cuatro brother, my fourth brother is Jose Antonio Payan. And my sister is Ofelia Payan. But all of them are deceased. It's only my brother El Ciario in El Paso and me that are survived.
What which one were you? Were you the oldest, the youngest? What number were you?
I was the youngest one.
Okay.
Yes, I was the youngest one. Besides my brother Chayo. My brother Chayo, my brother Tony was the youngest one, but then after that, my brother Chayo and me.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And they all went to the service. My brothers. My sister was sick most of the time since she was very young. She was pretty sick, and we had to struggle with her a lot. But after a while, everything turned out better with her, and she just loved to dance, to head yarn, all that, and what I like about her is that in the last she gave up, and she was very cooperative, more than when she was younger.
Okay.
But we didn't get along real good, but actually at the last, when she got older and she got a little bit, she was better.
Great. So you guys grew up going to school, picking cotton on the weekends, and then do you remember any stories about your family? Your family, like before you, your parents, your grandparents, any stories that they told you guys growing up? Of growing up in San Elizario?
Yeah, like you mean, for example, what I know about my mother and
Yeah.
my grandmother. Well, okay. I had three mothers, which I would call queen mothers, because it was my mother. My dad went away, so it actually was my mother, my grandmother, and my tia, Andrea. So actually my mother, she was the one that worked the hardest to bring things made to all of us. It was a little hard, for all of us, but actually God doesn't forget anybody, so he helped us bring us up. So my mother was the one who used to work and bring for the bills or whatever she had to pay.
The food.
My grandma used to buy our clothes with that man that I tell you, that he comes over to the house and he gives her credit. There we were.
What's his name? He
Cristobal.
used to come
Don
on
Cristobal.
a big truck, army truck,
Oh, wow.
and
He
visit
had-
everybody in town, which was pretty much like it is right now. Well, there's no homes now, but
So
it's a
he
very
used to
small town.
Where did Cristobal get all his clothes from?
El Paso.
Oh, he would bring
He
it from El
used to
Paso.
come from El
Yeah.
Paso, and then he had a real big army truck, real big one, and he had all sorted out pens and shoes and everything. He used to come to San Elizario, for everybody had credit with him, or San Eli,
Yeah.
People couldn't go to nice stores like right now,
Right. So he would bring it to you.
Yeah, and he would give us credit. My grandma would buy us clothes there, shoes. We were so happy.
Yeah.
And so my aunt, she would cook for us. My let me have a clean. Do you have a Kleenex?
Oh,
Then
Kleenex.
I got it.
Okay.
My nose runs down sometimes. I forgot. Excuse me. Excuse me. My aunt was the one that cooked,
Mm.
the one that ironed, the one that washed clothes. My aunt used to put a big pan when it was very, very hot day. She used to put a big pan outside and warm the water. And then she used to put all the white clothes in there for a while. So excuse me. So the clothes would get nice and white.
Wow. That's
And then she used to rinse them, and she used to
Mm-hmm.
in the tallador, you know.
Yeah, the piedra.
Yeah. And then she used to do that,
Okay.
and she used to iron. My tia used to iron all our clothes. She used to like to send us to school nice and clean, and she did it all the time. And very often, because we were so many of us, there were so many of us,
Yeah.
she had to wash most likely like every other day. So that was her job, my tia,
Yeah.
make us lunch. I remember she making us. I was telling my husband about cereal. Cereal we used to have. She used to raise goats, and she used to get, I believe, the milk from the goats, and she used to give us that as cereal, and we used to love it.
Yeah.
It was good. So I was telling my husband, maybe that's why we're strong now,
Yeah.
that we're all,
It helped. Yeah.
never know. But she used to raise goats, chickens. She used to kill the chickens so she can make us soup. So she could make us chicken and potatoes or whatever. But that's why I call my mom, my grandma Kika, and my tia Andrea, my three moms.
Oh, they all helped each other out to raise all of you together. That's great. Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, I don't know what. Like I say, God is very big.
Yeah.
He knows, But actually, we all grown up, and God took us, most of my my brothers, my sister, and we're still here. My brother and Jayabai.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And so then what would you and your siblings do for fun here? Because you would go to school, you would, on the weekends, you pick cotton. What would you do for fun? What did you like to play? Or go around do?
Excuse me, for fun. Okay, when we were growing up, we used to gather all the kids around the neighborhood. A lot of kids. We used to love to play hide and seek, but that was in the nighttime.
Oh.
It wasn't that dark, but it was dark, but it was
Right.
in the nighttime. And then we used to gather a lot of kids around the block there, the neighborhood, more or less. And we used to gather there, and we had a good time. A los listones. We used to have a ribbon, and everybody would pass it out, and like the when you play the chairs, you go around, and
Yeah.
somebody sits on one chair, you're out,
Yeah, you put a chair out.
Yeah, and that's the way the listones were. We had a listone, and we'd go around, and everybody joking around about everybody laughing and all that,
Yeah.
But we had a good time we had we had bikes, and some of my friends used to love to go bike riding all around there, around the house or short roads that were around, And then she would invite, I would say, are we going to go bike riding? And I had a real old bike. And my friend, she had another one, real old bike. But we had used to have a lot of fun. We'd go bike riding in the evening. And we used to go all around. We used to come over here to the kiosco. The kiosco was very popular at that time. We used to come here to the kiosco. We used to love to come to the baseball games. Baseball games were very popular at that time that we were younger. Favens used to come down to play with Anelli, Clint, Socorro, different teams. Sundays, weekends on Sundays, we used to have baseball. Sundays and Saturdays. And we used to have them during the night time. It was a very nice baseball field. And what else?
Tell me more about the kiosco. The kiosco? Is that what you
kiosco?
said? Yeah. What was it?
The kiosco, what can I tell you about the kiosco? Okay, whenever there was fiestas, whenever there were fiestas, the kiosco was always...
Kermes. Kermeses. Kermes. Kermes.
Kermes. Okay.
And, vendors will come and put their product, which I don't think they sold too much.
Yeah. But it was just about
money,
coming.
But they would come once a year.
Okay.
Kermes. And then this, of course, the church used to have some too. And, it's just little thing.
Convivir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
and
this was, nothing. There was nothing there, trees
There was
nor nothing new, just a kiosco.
Okay.
It wasn't fixed that nice. Now that they have it, everything is so bonito, real pretty around, the benches, the people there, the names, how they have all these events, the veterans, luncheons and all that, And I think that the kiosco is one of the wonderful things here in Saenz to me, according to me. I think Saenz was very popular in a lot of things, very old things. All around the houses were cotton fields only. There wasn't any fruit trees, there wasn't anything that you would be so proud about but cotton. But the cotton keep us going, working. We didn't mind because we wanted money. There were no stores to go there and work, and for like right now, kids can go get a job, But anyway, the kiosco, I think, is one of the most popular things in Saenz because it's been there ever since. We remember being here at the fiestas. Like he says, they had a kermesse. They make the dances here all around.
Wow.
Everybody would dance around. We have, what do you call it, anniversaries. People would come over here for anniversaries. They make their fiestas here, their dances. We used to come here. And so I think that was kiosco is not only for fiestas, for events, or for big things, since it was people that wanted to come over here and take pictures.
Yeah. It was something that brought the community together.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And there was a lot of gatherings here. Of course, us kids would just come up and run all over the place.
Yeah.
They get in bikes and we go around and around and around and see who was faster. And that was our kick, you know, when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And at night we used to go outside my house. Everybody sometimes would go down to my house and we gather there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only fun we had in the nighttime. We didn't have a car. We didn't have nothing to go out with. And we used to just gather around there, make a little bonfire there, and just sit down there talking about La Llorona, you know, that
Yeah.
story. And everybody would laugh to talk about things like that, you know, I mean, spooky things. And then we would just sit down and sing.
Oh.
We used to sing, you know, and we used to have a good time there for a while. And that was our outing during the night. And then after a while, say, okay, I'll see you. I'm going in tomorrow's school day or whatever, you know. But there's so many things that that's really happened at my age.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Do you remember anything else? I had something in my mind and I forgot. Oh, we used to come to Las Posadas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used to come to church. Oh, the only reason we wanted to come to Las Posadas, and we used to come and offer flowers to the Virgin. They would dress me with a white dress. We had to have flowers every time, but fresh flowers. And we would come to church and offer them to the Virgin. And we would come to church. We came to church every Sunday. Mom would say, you have to come to church every Sunday. Other than that, you guys aren't going to go out at all. My mom was very Catholic. And I think I've become one of them now that I'm old.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we used to come to Las Posadas. And we used to play with a candle. They used to give us a candle and we used to go out. Yeah, yeah.
And walk around.
Yeah, walk around the church around.
Yeah.
But the kids they used to get carried away sometimes. They used to get the candle like that, you know. Yeah, playing with it, you know,
Yeah.
but it was only... what else?
So Sundays were for church and baseball.
The Sundays were for church and baseball.
Yeah.
And we used to gather here at the baseball park. And we just sit there looking at the game, and then after the game ended, everybody went home or stayed there talking or...
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How was the community? Tell me about the community here of San Eli. Was it very like close? Was it only the Kiosco that brought it together? Anything about it? The people of the San Eli
How
at
the
the
people
time?
was.
Yeah.
Okay, since there were different kind of people, one higher than the other, one had more than the other,
Yeah.
and that make a very big difference in the people, in the community. Everybody was, how can I explain to you? We all had different kind of friends.
So, is there anything else you want to say about growing up in San Eli that I may have missed? Any other memories you want to talk about? People that you remember that were memorable here? Anything? Anything?
The Sanelli.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to share that you maybe I missed or forgot to ask?
I already told you everything there. Baseball,
Yeah.
kiosco, church. Mention something.
Memorable people. Anyone memorable around town? You mentioned Alarcon. Who was that? Or who was he? Or the family?
It was an Alarcones on the Alarcon Road. That was what was it?
Alarcon was a
All the
superintendent.
Alarcones were there on this road over here. Most of Pedro and Willie's father, Julian
Julian.
Alarcon, and
There were a
She
lot
was-
of Alarcones.
yeah, there was a lot of, but that was one family. And that one family, those two guys there, there was Willie and Paul and
Tony.
and Tony. Those are the guys that used to hang around our home from this side of town. And well, they used to come, gather over here.
When we were we came to elementary, the new school here, Mr. Alarcon, Lorenzo Alarcon, he was everything. He was a superintendent, he was a principal, he was a coach, he was, he used to, that time, school wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
Teachers were a little bit hard on kids.
Yeah.
They didn't learn. I was one of them that a teacher was very bad at. But over here, if we didn't do what the teacher said, or if we do things, opposite that they wanted us to do,
Yeah.
they had a little tablita,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to hit us.
That was their form of discipline. Yeah.
Some of them were very, very nice teachers. We had two teachers that were sisters, Mary and Margaret Lopez, very nice teachers. We had Didi Bowling. He used to be a very nice teacher
And Paula used to live in that home over here.
over here.
Like who? I'm sorry?
The home over here and the one that's got, what do they have that would identify it? They have a statue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what is that?
Yeah.
The home over there? That's where they used to live, the Bowlings. Miss Bowling.
Bowling.
She was a very nice teacher. She was a young one, and very knowledgeable. The ones from kindergarten to, let's say, 5th grade, they were mean in a certain way.
Yeah.
We had a hard time learning. So that was a way of waking you up.
Yeah.
Told you to do this, told you to do that.
Was the community growing up, was it a lot of Latino kids or was it a lot of white kids?
Those all Latino.
All Latinos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All Latinos, no.
It was what was his name? Clarence. Clarence. What was his last name?
Who?
Clarence.
Gary?
Clarence. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
No.
No.
Yeah, they were. I guess. I like to say they were German.
Oh wow.
Yeah. There was different nationalities, but here in Sanelli was the only all Latinos or Mexicans.
Yeah, Mexicans.
Yeah.
We had
Plains used to have different races because we hire, ranchers.
Oh, ranchers.
Mhm. So,
excuse me, there was a lot of how would you call it? Children that were very sucios. How do you call that word?
mhm.
Children that came to school real
Yeah, like not clean. Oh, okay. Yeah.
and all that, and we had a hard time, because everybody would get him. Everybody would.
Yeah.
I mean, their hands were all like alligator hands, very, very hard.
Yeah.
The
Skin,
water was no good.
They didn't wash themselves. They
Yeah.
didn't send their children clean.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that we used to have a hard time. But there was
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
we
there was
could
a lot
do,
of people that came from the deep south in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And then they used to live in farms away, from here, or homes that they didn't take care of themselves.
Like far from here. Yeah.
Well, there was no water. I mean, you didn't have a way of. Well, you had to heat up the water, so
Yeah.
people didn't like very much.
It was hard. Yeah.
It was
to
hard.
stay.
Yeah, it was hard,
Yeah.
especially in winter times. It was very harsh in the winter. It used to snow a lot over here.
Oh wow.
A lot, yeah.
In the
Yeah,
cotton.
we had to walk with the snow this high.
Mm. Over here in the road over here, down the street,
That's good.
Alarcon, yeah. And there was no names of in the streets back then. But he has a home, or has it, the property, I don't know. But we used to live there. My dad would grow vegetables for him. So he would let us live in the house. And he was the sheriff. And he would go over to the house. I was little. And he would say, you know what? As soon as you're 5 years old, you're going to school. And when you're 18, you're going to go to the service. So that was a big thing here in
Yeah.
Sanelli. You had to go to the service,
Yeah.
for your country. And I didn't get to that point. I got to go to school,
Yeah.
but I never got to. I didn't agree with the ways of the service.
Yeah.
Because back then it was very, very rough. I went to the course of training, and in Fort Worth, California, and only for maybe 3 weeks. I couldn't agree with it. Nothing, I mean, they treat you like an animal,
Yeah.
To me, the basic training was a piece of cake, they used to run here in the dirt and
Yeah.
you know, crawl and all that. And I still feel that it was bad for us because they treated us real bad. Now, the guys from the city, like LA, you know, Chicago, and other areas, you know, Denver, you know, big cities, they would cry because they weren't used to that. They were to
Yeah.
the city, you know.
It's different.
I could take it because I was used to all this, you know, running
Right.
around wires and
Yeah.
you know whatnot. So, but because of that, I said no, I gotta get out of here. Which is good because I didn't get a dishonorable discharge, you know, which was
People
good.
do, yeah.
Yeah, because once you have that on your book, you're very hard
Yeah.
to get a job, very hard.
To get by.
So
in the
I didn't
United
get to that
States.
point.
Yeah.
And so that's why I got out. Because this is not for me.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to serve my country, I want to get treated right. You know, and also, the whole thing wasn't, to me, it wasn't worth it. I would like the part where you serve your country. I would have loved to do that,
Yeah.
to go to war, because I had some cousins that went to war and they served in the war. They didn't go around here, the bases, you know,
Right.
around here, riding around here. No, they went to the front.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to do that, but no, there was no way that I could take.
You're not for a country that, like you
No.
said, just treating you like an
Yeah,
animal.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Puerto Rican
Yeah.
sergeants and whatnot, you know, and they were mean.
Yeah.
They didn't like Mexicans to be. They don't like Mexicans.
Wow.
So they had in charge out there in Fort Ord. At the time I was in there. So that's why I said no.
Can I ditch in for a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Muy platicador. Pero, hombre, dije que viniera a ayudarme. No, lo que what I was gonna let you know is that that little story about Lillian's parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were all my mom. We ran out of the house that we were living with. Was my great grandma's, and it wasn't working well. It was very old, and we had a lot of rain that time. And then like I tell Lillian, I am always very grateful to her parents because they used to live just, you know, like I said, you know that school there?
Yeah.
Okay, about 2 houses down is my mom's house. That's where we live.
Okay.
And then Lillian lives on the other side. And my mom we were walking all around to find a house, to find who would rent us a room, because she was planning to make us a house. And they were already starting all that, you know, and we couldn't find a room. So what I'm grateful is for Lillian's parents. We went all around San Eli and nobody helped us. And then we went to Pina's house, which is her Lillian's mom. And then she says, why do you have to go all around? There's a room, 2 rooms here.
Wow.
And I always tell Lillian, I always remember that about your mom and dad. They gave us a room there while the man who used to build a house for us.
Yeah.
4 bedroom. And my mom worked, she didn't know where to get building materials because she was the only one that worked. But God, like I say, God is very big.
Yeah.
He helped us build that little house, and I always tell Lily, I'm very grateful for your mom and dad. Very
course.
grateful. They help us a lot. They help us a lot.
Yeah, I'm happy to have met Lillian too, and she's like, if you can't find anybody, I can always give you a history
Yes,
too.
yes.
So,
She's well known here.
It is very,
good
very
people.
nice. I
very
like
good
her a
people.
lot.
Yeah.
Like her a lot. She's always looking forward to see us on the events. But we
Aw.
don't come to the events very often anymore. Like I say, we can walk
Yeah.
no more.
It gets harder, yeah.
It's harder with my legs and his. But we enjoy Sanelli.
Yeah.
We enjoy Sanelli no matter what. No matter we had poorness or if we people are different or whatever, it don't matter. He will always be with us because we were born here, we
Yeah.
were raised here. And Sanelli is Sanelli to
Yeah.
all of us.
You were born here, you got married here, and you're back, and now your family is here. So it's great, yeah. I think that's a great life.
Yes, yes. Thank you, God.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you,
very
God.
much.
We have a good marriage.
Yeah.